feedback. So, yeah, covered. So, when siya, although other function there is still there, so we can still use the modality. What we just want to emphasize is the principle of really applying the biofeedback there. Okay, if ever you cannot see it clearly, so you can open your Google Drive and you have the pictures with the modality. There's this picture for this device. Yeah. Okay, so with regards to the machine, not all machine would look like this. You can even see this one, there's still a biofeedback for this. You have even seen those videos that I have shown or shared during the lecture na mga portable devices. There are even some mga tablets na gadget na like apps there that you're going to download. So you have several of these mga devices. Okay. So here, with regards to this device, so again saying this would be your switch on and off. So 0 is symbol as off, vertical line is on. So when you switch that on, mo-on na siya. Okay, here is the selector knob used to select on which channel we want to display here. So kani siyang display here. These are display siya certain values there. And with regards to the values there, ang units niya would be dependent on what is the light here, ang unit. So if ever mo light here, kani siya, and you have the symbol microvolts, that would indicate that the machine is getting some mga action potential na signal. So you have this although wala pa manigitaw ng electron, di ba? So di siya motor unit action potential yan na-receive, but probably signals from the surrounding there. But ni-register under some microvolts voltage siya. So if ever mo light ni siya na taon ng electrode there sa structure, so that would indicate that the machine na detects the motor unit action potential. If ever on the other side, degrees Celsius, mo light ganin siya, mo off ni siya, kanina mo light. So that would indicate that the machine now is getting signals from temperature, degrees Celsius mo siya centigrade. So, mo na siya, whatever value there mo appear, mo na yung unit. So, if ever mo light ni siya, na mo appear siya ang 1, so pasabot na 1 degree Celsius. But if ever mo light ka niya microvolts, so niya 1, so we have 1 microvolts. Okay. So, we usually focus on the microvolts here na part. Wala na kayo siya gamit or so, ano lang sa kina-mind. Isod kaya ang temperature ka. So, there, in relation to that, so this will be your selector knob. So, if you place this to 0, wala mo display. So, if we're going to place that to channel A, so whatever the signal na ma-receive here, ay A man siya sa channel A, okay, there are 2 channels here. So, if ever na-signal from channel A ng electrode, so therefore, mo display ni siyang value here. Okay. So, if ever, ka sa B, so it will display the value of say na receives sa channel B. And further to the right most kana AB, so it now gets a signal for both channels, but what will appear there is the difference between the 2 channels. If ever you have here 5, pasabot na difference between channel A and B na 5. Siya. Ang difference ang ibutan niya. And then, if channel B is greater siya, so nanay mga horizontal bar there mo appear if channel B is greater. So like for example, if ever channel A is 12 microvolts, and then channel B is 7 microvolts, so muna siya mo appear ganina at 5. So then, greater ang channel A, so therefore wala yung negative sign. But if ever greater ang channel B, so let's say ang channel B is 12 and channel A is 7 microvolts, so 5 yapon mo appear kung nanay siya ay horizontal bar dito. Okay. Sorry. So, take note, this is a visual display na card. Or, no. Digital display, so this will be a visual signal. Visual, so patient can see for that. And not only patient can will see here, but also the therapist. So as I mentioned, one also of the findings of biofeedback is that the therapist can monitor the condition of the patient. So by looking at the values there, the therapist can now assess whether the condition of the patient is improving or not. So let's just say, for example, today when doing the biofeedback, patient can able to reach 5-6 microvolts. The following day, when again the therapist doing the biofeedback training, the patient can now reach 12 microvolts, 15. So that would indicate na improvement sa conditions of patient. So therefore, the therapist can now assess using again for this modality here. Okay, so below here you have a selector switch. So you have this unit here is term of seconds. So you're going to select your tool, either 0.3 second or 3 seconds. So that's the So selector switch. So here, if you place this to 0.3 second, it will indicate that if there will be changes sa signal, every 0.3 second will change ni siya. So mali siya kung nasa signal mag-change na siya every 0.3 second. Kung siya na-note na changes sa signal, so di na siya mag-change, steady na siya. Kung na siya ma-note there, so mali siya, pas-pas na siya mag-change if ever na siya ma-notice nga changes. So here, ay pas-pas mga changes. So we usually use this 0.3 second if ever we want to enhance muscle contraction or action. So that patient will further be encouraged to do the action. Okay, if the patient would do the activity there, pas-pas man kaya changes. So, ma-encourage ang patient to do more to pas-pasin or nagi-result sa iyang activity. Okay? So next, if you're going to place this to 3 seconds, so there will be changes sa signal in every 3 seconds siya will change. Okay? So for that, 1, 2, 3. Usa pa siya will change. 1, 2, 3. Usa pa siya will change. 1, 2, 3. Usa pa siya will change. So dugay mo change ang signal there. So we use this if ever for muscle relaxation. So usually in relaxing the muscle, hinay kan changes mo happen. So okay ra kaya 3 seconds. But if you're going to answer what if we're going to use 0.3 seconds for muscle relaxation, okay ra kaya siya. Okay? So there. Okay, next, further below, there is a selector switch for the visual display of the modality. So on this side, on the left side, you have the symbol. This is for bar display. So bar display here, money siya bar display. You can now see that the bar will go up. So that is a bar display there. If you're going to place this on the right side, so if we're going to look at there, wala na siya bar display. So here, if you're going to use this one, you can see the symbol there. You have to still attach a certain monitor here on cable niya. Here, my symbol. And this display is more of an oscilloscope display. Kasi ito, makana siya. You can see the video there. Katawag dito, contact ang muscle niya, nag-anana ang signal. Okay. So that is oscilloscope oscillation. Katong di ba you can see katong heart sa mga movies like we monitor if our patient still alive, that my heart rhythm. So ingana siya nga style na display them up here. But we don't have that monitor or what. So wala. So steady rin na siya sa bar display. Okay. So next here, later na kanya siya i-discuss kanina now. Okay, this one supposedly should be adjusting the volume of the auditory signal or audio signal there. So, turning it counterclockwise or towards the pointed will reduce the volume. Then, if we say further turning it counterclockwise, clockwise, going towards the wide means increasing the volume. So below here, a selector switch on which channel audio signal you want to produce. So either A siya, channel A or channel B. Hindi siya pwede both. Okay? And then this one further below, this is used to select for the type of audio signal that you want the patient to hear. This one is the rectified part. So the way that it sounds a rectifier, siya tak 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 tak, ano siya rectifier. So usually what in auditory signal, what you're going to find is that you're going to tell your patient, sir, I want you to contract the muscle or bend your wrist if ever done, and then you can hear a certain sound there, sir, tendency mo pas-pas ang iyang kanan when you tend to contract. So as the patient would contract, mga siya tap, hinay na tap tap tap. As the patient would contract, mga tap 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 tap. So pas-pas na siya ang sound. Okay? So mo na expected mo here sa rectified. Sa the other one here on the right side is the unprocessed. Where siya as a blowing of wind ang yung sound ano siya. So there, you would expect here as the patient would contract, more the sound will become stronger. Mapusog siya. Okay? So comparing the two, mas nicer ang sound to be heard sa rectified. Hindi siya irritating sa hearing ba if we're going to use rectified as compared to the unprocessed na sound or irritating siya. Okay, so it's up to you to choose whether you want the rectified or unprocessed. Okay, one way of choosing the sound is to determine whether which sound the patient likes to hear or which sounds the patient doesn't like to hear. If ever you want to increase muscle action or contraction, you have to choose a sound wherein patient likes to hear. Okay, the tendency when a patient would contract, the sound they will produce becomes faster or becomes more louder or stronger. And the patient likes the sound, so mas ma-motivate siya to contract. Okay, if you're going to have a sound that the patient doesn't like, mo ipakontract, hindi siya ganahan, makusog ang sound, di na lang siya makontract, hindi siya ganahan sa sound. Okay? So, muna siya, if you want to increase our muscle action and contraction, you have to choose a sound the patient likes to hear. There are some biofeedback machine high-tech na they're going to connect that to a certain music here or what which the patient likes to hear, so that when they tend to contract, katong music here na becomes louder. Yeah. Kung bigay siya mo contract, mahinay. Kung patient ka, ganahan ka maminaw sa imong music, hinay, pakusgo ni masa, diba? So what you're going to do is you have to contract or to further encourage the patient to contract para makusog ko ang sound. Okay? So kung mo-relax siya, kung hinay lang siya ang sound, yun siya kaganog. Okay. And then, if ever for muscle relaxation, para mo-relax ang patient, you can choose a sound that the patient doesn't like to hear. Okay? Like for example, rock sound, siya ganahan. So if ever, usually for relaxation, it's either the muscle is spastic or rigid or tension. So if ever the muscle is spastic, so ang volume ay nasa sound, kusog siya gikan. So, the patient doesn't like to hear the rock sound. So, ginanagin niya i-relax para mo-reduce ang sound. Okay, that's one technique of choosing the type of sound to be heard by the patient. You know? So, unfortunately, hindi lang yung function ang audio. Ito, signal sa control ng air. So, sila, although sa practical, usually more would want you to do your visual rather than audio signal. So, yun ang audio signal. American instructor. We want you to do more the visual. So, then, in relation to this one, kay socket here for the headphones. So, if ever, let's say, in the center, you have lots of patients here and you don't want to disturb other patients, so you can just insert the cable of the headphone here. Kari-karaan mo kayo nga sa, di ba? Socket, nagko pa kayo ni size. Para mga high-tech, nagmay naman ilang mga cable yun. So, insert the cable here of the headphone and just place the headphone of the patient and the patient can hear the sound here. Only the patient can hear the sound. So, the other patient will not be disturbed. Okay? Any questions at the moment? Okay, next here. So, this knob, these two knobs, this is for channel A, this is for channel B. Okay, you have two channels, man. So, this knob will now adjust for the sensitivity of the machine. So, if you're going to look at there, you have 0, 3000, 1000, and further go to 3. So, the unit there of this value is microvolts. So, there, if you're going to choose 3, that would indicate that the machine is very sensitive. So, even there, wala pa nato ibutan siya sa structure, na siya signal na get covered. And this signal is from the surrounding there. As we mentioned, that your modality will not only get signal from your motor unit structure, but also signals from other sources such as electric fan, air condition, other appliances, etc. As we mentioned, those mga artifacts. So right now, nataas siya, even though nataas, because it tends to get signals from the surrounding. So muna siya, if ever you choose place it to 3, the machine is very sensitive. So that's why, if ever you have these conditions where there's muscle paralysis, or flaccid ang muscle, or weak ang muscle, or hypotonic, you have to start placing this at 3 para ma-sense, ma-detect na niya, ma-signals, even though may signals, at least ma-detect niya. Kaya kung wala ka start sa 3,000, result kayo niya i-detect ang signal. Even patient grabe na kayo mag-contract niya. Baka yung 6,000, di wag yun ay ma-register because the machine is not that sensitive. Okay. So then, ano siya? So, if we're going to look at here, since in relation to that, you can see values at the middle there, the center, di ba? Naka 0, 1, 2, 3 until 10. So, that's the level there, Trevor. So, pasabot na ng 10 is the highest level. Pwede na ito na i-understand it as a percentage. So, pwede na ito like 0, 10, 20, 30 until 100% na siya. Okay. So, pasabot na if ever, you place this to 3, and then the bar there is at level of 10 or 100%, that would indicate that your machine has received at least 3 microvolts na signal. But pwede pa siya mo-over sa 3. Pwede mo-over half, pwede siya equal to 3 or over sa 3. Okay. If we're going to look at here, in relation to this, kani siya mag-display man sa signal. Observe there, kailan naka-register? It's 4. So, pasabot na ang iyan yung na-receive na signal is 4 microvolts. So, mana siya, kani siya, nagi siya sa 100% because naka-observe mo siya signal that is beyond 3. Diba? So, as you mentioned, kung ang bar sa 100% or level sa 10, pasabot na, naka-receive siya signal either equal to 3 or pwede siyang happen sa greater than 3. Ha. Naman na siya na you have there again 3.8. Maybe yan. If ever necessary, the bar is at the level of 5. So 50%. So pasabot na that the machine was just able to get a signal that is 50% of 3 microvolts. So therefore, yung signal niya ma-receive is 1.5. Yeah. So ato ibot ang 10 ha, ano to sa 10. So di-reduce naman na yung bar, di ba? Asa na lang ang nabutang ang bar niya ang level? It's at level 4, di ba? So what is 40% of 10? That is 4, di ba? Ano to? So therefore, ma-register siya 4. Okay? And you can now see it's 40% of 10 microvolts. Kung ako na ipa-increase ha, increase. Okay, din. Para paspas. Ako na siya ipa-increase. So, ano increase? So, what is, asan na siya level ang bar?
7.
Sa? 7?
6.5?
6.5 or 6, whatever. So, mo sa niya siya, mag-change sa niya siya, supposedly nga, ito siya 6, supposedly, or 7, whatever. 5 mo na siya, whatever, pataas pa na to. So, mo correspond na siya whatever sa value dito. Okay? So, muna siya ang kanya, whatever. Yeah, so, percentage na siya for fact. Okay, so here. So again, going back, if ever you have your muscle weakness or flaccid, as we mentioned, we start with 3. Pag butangin mo sa 3, full naman siya natin level 10. So therefore, what you're going to do is further progress to 10. Then once you notice that the bar is not at the fullest level, so that would be the level where we're going to start now the training. Kung sa 10, diri na ang bar, so diri ka mag-start ang training. But if ever pagbutangin mo sa 3, if ever kung pagbutangin mo sa 3 microvolts, nasad ang level sa bar, so dito sa ka mo start there na 3 microvolts at the bar. Okay, so depende sa signal yan na receive sa machine with regards to your patient. Nakagit. It doesn't mean that you always start with 3 or perhaps 10 depending on first assessing the patient. Nakagit. 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 Madami tayo practical ha. Okay. Here ba kayo function na ang machine? So, muna a little bit okay, so here, as we mentioned, take note that if ever mining scenario happen, that you place the electrode, then when you place that to 3 microvolts, the level of your signal there, or your bar, is really 100% or 10. So, muna siya you place that to 10 microvolts. Pag place niyo sa 10 microvolts, i-reduce ang bar to what level? My level of 4.5%, basta 4.5 ang level there. So take note that the muscle is still relaxed. Wala po yun na contract. Okay. So before you're going to start the training, you have to first assess asa yun, if patient would maximally contract the muscle, asa yun ang iyang maximum level. Kaya relax pa man to ang muscle. So expect yung ka na, in-contract ana, ma-increase pag yun ang level. Mana siya, you have to first assess and ask the patient, sir, ma'am, try to, for example, reflection, try to bend your wrist as much as you can. However, after the count will be 1, 2, 3, 1. So let's just say when the patient would bend the wrist, and then if ever here, let's just say ha, pag bend your wrist, observe ha, nga ni-increase ang imong bar. If from that level, let's say, ni-increase ha, na siya. Sige pa yun ma'am, more yun na ma'am, more yun kaya. So ni-increase siya at that level. So gikan kanina there, pag-contract niya, ni-increase siya up to which level? Okay, level 7. From 4.5 naman sa level 7. Okay. So therefore, your training now would further would go level that you're going to really let the patient do should be further go beyond level 7. Okay, kaya naman niya level 7. So ang imo na siyang aim here is to further go beyond level 7. Okay? Kung na siya yung instruction there is that, again, it's part of the instruction. Ma'am, if you are, sir, if you consider, sir, I should tend to bend your wrist maximally, the bar reaches level 7. So what we're going to do here, sir, is I want you to further contract or bend your wrist, and try to further bring the bar further up to level 9. Okay? So level 9. Sir, sige sir. So now sir, try to bend your wrist. So sige nag-bend ang patient sa wrist. Sige na siya bend. Sige, bend pa yun sir. So as therapist, you just have to encourage the patient. Sige sir, bend pa yun sir. Bend pa yun. Bend pa yun sir. Hapit na tamuri sa 9 sir. Sige, bend pa yun sir. Bend. If you notice, nagikapoy na ang patient, then you can rest. Ask the patient to rest. After resting that one, so sige sir ha. Start na sa sir. Bend, bend sir. Bend pa yun sir. Bend the wrist sir. Sige pag yun sir. Huwag pag ito kabot sa 9 sir. Hapit na tayo mabot sir. Hapit na nabot. Okay, so there. Very good sir. Naka-reach na ka sa 9. Good. Okay? So rest. Again, as the patient again, sir, I want you to bend again the wrist sir. Bend pa yun sir. Bend, bend. Up to level 9 again sir. Up to level 9. Alright. So if ever, makaya na yun na sa patient for 3 times na steady ang bar, we can now further progress that to level 10. So may ka, sir, kaya naman to ang level 9. Ari na sa level 10, sir ha. Sige, sir. Try to further bend, sir. Contract. Bend, sige, sir. Bend, sir. Happy na give mo 10, sir. So once ma-reach na siya 10, okay, steady siya, you can further progress. But if ever you notice that the bar is fluctuating like this one, ano siya lang, mag-ana-ana ganyang bar, pasabot the muscle is still not that strong, weak pa siya. So you have to still further train the patient in such a way that imog yung bar, mas steady din siya. Pasabot, strong na din siya in that level. Okay. So let's just say at 10 microvolts, na kaya niya ang level 10 or maximum level. So what you're going to do now is you're going to further progress that to 30. So pag 30 ana, mas challenging na siya again. So the bar would now further go down na sa siya. So yung mga sa encourage sa patient, so sige sir, I want you to bend your wrist so that this bar would further go up. Sige sir, bend it for niya. Maka-observe naman kayo, if ever asali siya ko to. Sige sir, bend. Sige pa yun, sir. Muna ginakaya, sir. Sige, sir, ha. Pilari ko, sir. 3 pa, sir. Sige, sir. Relax na, sir. Sir, sige, sir. So, kayahan niyo na ito, sir. Go pa to further beyond 3. Okay? So, muna siya, stand. Until such that you're going to turn further increase, until such you're able to reach, achieve your goal there or level. So, again, with regards to the level, it doesn't mean for a normal muscle na maka-reach siya up to 3,000 and maximum siya. It doesn't mean mo yun na yung aim mo makaabot siya sa 3,000 or full. So, where are we going to base that we can really say na okay na siya, di na siya mag-undergo biofeedback training. Okay, so here, if ever you have a unilateral affectation, let's say one side ang affected, your basis there would be on the good side. So try to assess first the good side up to which level ang kaya sa good side. So let's just say after you assess ang sa good side na kaya niya ang 300 microvolts, inibutan na to sa 300 microvolts, kaya niya ang 50%, dili siya 5% sa 300 microvolts. So pasaba ang good side. So therefore your affected side or involved side should have to also reach at that level. So it doesn't mean nga kinalayo mo yan. So usually expect that the good side or involved side would have lesser. So let's just say ang sa good side kaya rin yun niya is 10 microvolts. Ang involved side, ang affected side. Yung good side is 50% or level 5 sa 300. So your goal now is that the involved side or affected side should reach from 10 microvolts. Kaya na ma-reach niya ang 5 or level 5 or 50% of the 300 microvolts. Okay? So that would be our basis if unilateral affectation. So base it on the good side. Okay.